Dear valuable students of Alanya HEP University, my name is Dr. Hourakhsh Ahmad. I will be with you during this semester to teach the course with the title of History of Architecture 1, together with Dr. Roxana Rahbarian Yazd. As you may know, as an architect, we need to know the history of, let's say, any object, any history, any cultures that we are going to design that context. As an architect, we also need to memorize, to consider, to keep in our minds that what's happening in the past and what will be in the future. That's why if you look at the, let's say, masterpieces of famous architecture in the world, and if you listen their words, they're always mentioning that they have somehow inspired from the history. So they take somehow origins, references, concepts from the history, and accordingly they develop in their design. From the other side, it is important to know that people who doesn't know anything about their history, culture, and background, they will not be able to define any building which has specific identity. These are the factors which leads us to somehow gather together to collect all the information from the history of architecture to be able to transfer to you as students to be able to mature your knowledge for your future design approaches. In this regard, the strategy of our university, as you may know, is that to divide, let's say, the history of architecture in three main parts, which parts, the first part, which you are going to take in this semester with the name of Arch 221, is the one mostly focused on the, let's say, prehistoric, starting from prehistoric architecture to Byzantine architecture. We will work during this semester to take out the rule principles and masterpieces, their regulation and standard philosophy of design of, let's say, this period, a specific period of time, starting from Byzantine, let's say prehistoric to Byzantine, and then in history of architecture 2 you will take starting from Byzantine to Renaissance period, all the, let's say, architectural styles approach which exist previously and in history of architecture you will take, let's say, history of architecture. That we will focus on modern architecture, industrial revolution till contemporary postmodern architecture until modern architecture. So this is the, let's say, future frameworks that we are going to, let's say, implement it to teach, to work with each other, to transfer whatever exists in academia in the knowledge of history of architecture to you. So the main, if we focus on the main objective of the course, you will see that the course focus on the concept in design, art and architecture from prehistoric to late Middle Age. Selected examples from world architecture and art history are analyzed through planning, design, structure, and function, meaning, and social context. Purpose of the course is to help students to shape knowledge about developments in art and architecture from earliest findings to Romanesque period and introduction to Gothic architecture. So these are the main, let's say, objective of this course, which we are going to work with each other. The main book that we are suggesting to take it and consider your design is History of Architecture, written by Spiro Kostov. So this is the main reference handbook that you must have with yourself during the semester. At the same time, we will also try to put information, all the presentation that we are going to have in each and every sessions on LMS systems, so you will be able to also to follow what's happening in this presentation. At the same time, I will try to record the all the presentation, so you will be able, at the end of each session, you will be able to get the presentation and repeat it, try to listen more time to be able to understand completely the aim and objectives of the course. So the course, as you may know, we will have 15 parallel session each week, 3 hours. So since this course is theoretical course, we will try to have somehow at the beginning of each course a short quiz, a feedback to your previous session to see what have you learned from the book and my presentation of the previous week. So this will continue. Of course, we will have midterm and final submission and written exam. So the rules and regulation of university in online, let's say, teaching is for attendance is the same with theoretical face-to-face lecturing. So if you miss more than 3 sessions in online, let's say, presentations and online teaching classes, so you will automatically will be failed from the course. So please take this attendance seriously. Try to attend all the sessions regularly. So accordingly, if you will manage to do that, so we can assure that you will be able to easily pass the course, since it will be you will be automatically comprehend, understand the main objective of the course. In this regard, as you may know, we will work for introduction to the course. Then we will focus on the ancient architecture and ancient civilizations such as Egypt. We will focus their architectural, their masterpieces, architecture of Iran, architectural of India and China are the most, let's say, sensitive cases, civilizations that we need to focus on their, let's say, approaches, masterpieces, philosophy of architecture, to be able to understand, to take out some information, hints for your future understanding of the architecture. So architecture of also Greek also will be part of it. Then we will come to Roman architecture. Then we will try to finish this semester by having looked to Byzantine architecture. So as I mentioned, this will be a process. It is a kind of chains that the history of architecture connected with each other. Since the beginning, we need to know the philosophy, let's say, what does it mean architecture, how historically it has been developed till now. So the aim is during history of architecture 1, 2, 3, you will learn this process. For this semester as well, we will have some quizzes. Midterm exam will be 30% of your final grade, and final exam will be 50%. At the same time, in each every session, we will have quizzes to gather to get all this information together by looking to your attendance. We will be able to put together this all the information to be able to announce your final grade. So please take care of yourself, stay safe during these pandemic days, and good luck.